This video has been automatically generated from an article written by Martin Freiland. That's me, on martinfreiland.com. RT.com reports today that the American President Donald Trump has threatened trade tariffs against NATO allies who would obstruct his plan to buy Greenland from Denmark. Additionally, he does not rule out a U.S. withdrawal from NATO if faced with resistance. This message, presented by the media as a surprising and impulsive action of an unpredictable leader, is exactly what it seems. Another scene in the carefully crafted master script. You and I know that this is not a spontaneous development. Since 2019, I have been predicting that NATO, the symbol of so-called Western unity, would fall apart. This Greenland story fits seamlessly into that development. An artificially created tension is being created within the alliance over an absurd territorial claim. Politicians are then allowed to play public outrage. However, the preconceived intended outcome has long been ready. A reshuffling of power blocks, a new territorial division, all under the guise of national security for the U.S. Greenland is not just an island in this case. It is a strategic chess piece in the feigned battle for the thawing Arctic region, rich in resources and of military importance. The climate change lie played a crucial role in this. Without melting ice, there would be no potential conflict with Russia in that ocean area. The entire climate agenda turns out to be a perfect cover for creating new geopolitical playing fields. It is a classic example of the problem-reaction-solution pattern. Create a problem, melting ice due to human activity. Provoke the desired reaction, fear of geopolitical instability, and present the preconceived solution, military strategic repositioning and territorial claims. In this geopolitical theater, Trump plays the role of the unpredictable Caesar. Ultimately, he must be maneuvered into the role of the great peacemaker, but currently behaves as the ruthless autocrat. This also fits the script. It is a preparation for his messianic role after the upcoming Phoenix moment. The media will make you believe that Trump is capricious, but in reality, his behavior is part of a carefully planned script. Old alliances like NATO are deliberately being dismantled to make way for a new, technocratic world order. This is not an isolated incident, but part of a larger plan that consistently follows the same script. Look at the connections. This pattern of orchestrated conflict followed by reordering is evident everywhere. It is the same pattern as in the so-called color revolutions or the blowing up of international treaties. It all serves one purpose: the gradual, controlled dismantling of the old world structure. The players behind the scenes, the same ones pulling the strings in Washington, Brussels, Beijing, and Moscow, have long determined who wins and who loses in this chess game. This apparent contradiction between Trump and the European NATO leaders is a controlled illusion, a play staged for an audience that still thinks in terms of left versus right, the U.S. versus Russia, or in this case, the U.S. versus Europe. It is time to see through the facade of this so-called crisis. This is not a spontaneous rupture, but a carefully orchestrated step. NATO is being used as a lever to blow up the last remnants of nation sovereignty and pave the way for a new power structure. What power structure? Something involving a Messiah and a King of Kings. Okay, that was it again. Share and like this video, and see you next time.